Greetings, greetings. Just going live for a moment. Just felt like talking. Been talking a lot to other folks about other things. And I wanted to come on here and talk. And I wanted to tell you a couple of things. First off, how good it is to not be as attached to this stuff as I was. And that's because I'm busy doing other things. And today was the first day in about, I would say a week. Today was the first day in about 15 days, in about 14, 15 days, where I actually spent some time catching up to see what's been going on, because don't know what's going on, because I don't care what's going on. What's up, Trip? Share me out. I don't get a live audience, but I'll get a little replay. But I don't care what's going on. And when you get the relief from that, and I wish I could counsel people, but they have to be able to control their emotions. What's up, T-Latte? I wish I could counsel people, because I've been doing this for a long time. Longer than the majority of the people that they call OGs in the beef sector. That's an OG. They were around in 2019, when this and that, and then the founders and this. I'm like, we were doing this shit way before that. Way before that. If them is your OGs, we got way more history and background and crazy shit and wild shit and stories. Wild shit and stories that I didn't forgot about, but they're documented there in the archives. But today I noticed, because I do always read the news online, and even though I'm not paying attention, I haven't been commenting or hitting panels or do anything on YouTube, I haven't even been interested to see what's happening for like days at a time. And that is so good. That is so healthy, because this is such a fucking addiction. This is such a fucking addiction. When you wake up in the middle of the night to go piss and you check your phone, or you wake up. I used to be like that all the time. I used to wake up like at 4 o'clock in the morning to go piss, and then get online. Next thing you know, it's 8 o'clock in the fucking morning, and I haven't got all my proper sleep. What's up, Don Play? What's up, Don Play? But and to get a relief where you don't feel as attached to this shit. And it's unfortunate, because it's cool to have an audience and a following and supporters. And, I'm not mad if you hit the Cash App, $ Beasley Gets Down. And I was once all in the middle of all of this shit. And the only way to really pull back is to pull yourself back. And I saw something Peeper said today. Peeper said, people on here talking about how they don't care. What's up, AD West? Cool. Welcome, salute. I don't ever say salute. I don't salute nobody. What the fuck I look like? I'm a goddamn general. I don't look like saluting anybody. Salute me. But no, to get for it to drop out of your mind about what's going on and what's the response to this, and to truly not care, is a blessing from God, and I don't want it to go away. I want to treat this shit like I've been treating it. I'd like to do like a Sunday night show. A Sunday night show. I found a radio station in the Bay Area that does a Sunday night show from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. and they be jamming like a motherfucker. I just can't remember the dial. I think it's 94.1 or 105.7, something like that. I'll find it again, because in my new car, well, new to me, not brand new, but in my new car, I've been listening to the radio. And I'm finding radio stations that I like. Some of them don't have the strongest signals. And I listen to the regular urban station. But what was my point? My point was, I'm finding other shit to do besides this stuff. To be stuck, if this is your main form of entertainment. And now let me be honest, though. This shit is entertaining. Now, I don't care about what's going on. I really fucking don't, okay? I don't care what's going on. But once you start to listening And I know all the characters and all the players and have interacted with them one time or another. And you start hearing the story and this and that and that's going on, man. This shit, you'll go down that rabbit hole. It's like eating fucking potato chips, man. Tell me this. You got a big pile of the potato chips you like. I like barbecue potato chips. I like barbecue potato chips, and I like those ruffles. I like those sour cream ruffles or those cheddar cheese ruffles. But I like Lay's barbecue potato chips. Tell me if you eat one of those chips and there's a pile of them there, you ain't gonna reach to have some more. Them potato chips is addictive than a motherfucker, and they're not really that good for you either because of the sodium. We off the sodium. We can't fuck with that sodium. That sodium's fuck you up, and we're maintaining low blood, a regular blood pressure these days. But so you can't get into it. If you get into it, you got to go hard because the storylines get interesting and you start to follow them. And now when you're not doing it and not participating and not thinking about it and running around, and I'm doing this with the car and I'm doing over this and I'm playing with an aquarium and I'm doing other things and trying to instead of being concerned about my virtual relationships and situations with people, work on or spend time with my real relationships in real life with people, but the people that I count as friends and family. That's more important. Yeah, once the story. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Don, you can get into them. It's easy to get into them. So what I'm saying is, I'm not faulting you motherfuckers for being junkies for this shit because I'm an addict for this shit too. I'm not faulting nobody. See, that's the people that followed me for years. That's one of the things they liked about me. I'm not like ZX that acts like he's above everything or he's casting things. And I'll talk down on people, but I'll admit, yeah, I'll fuck around and do the shit too. I understand it. Yeah. At any rate, a storyline that nobody's fucking covering is that the woman, listen to this. Her name is Susan. She's on the title of this. Susan Wojcicki. She was the president of YouTube, the president CEO of YouTube. We don't even know her fucking name. She's the president CEO of YouTube from 2014 to 2023. She died yesterday or a couple of days ago at 56 years old. I'm older than 56. Many of you are approaching 56. Many of you think that it's an old person, that in your 40s thinking that 56 is an old person. Or many of you in your 30s think 56 is a million miles away, and you may not get there. But this woman, check it out. I didn't know her name. Well, Susan Wojcicki, she has been the president of YouTube for as long as I've been on YouTube, 2014, which makes me a triple OG by triple quadruple OG according to beef sector standards. In today's time, that's young. But look at the news. There's all types of people dying young, very young. And they're not telling why. And I think a lot of them are dying from fentanyl. But this woman happened to have died of cancer that she found out about a year and a half ago. Can you imagine? So not only listen closely. This was a trip about her. She was the CEO of YouTube, but years ago, listen to this. She rented her garage. You know how they say Google was founded in people's garage? From Sergey and some other guy? I'm calling them some other guy. These are the real OGs, the real shakers, the real movers and shakers. The people the people that started Google, Sergey and some other guy, they rented her. This is content no one's talking about. And I got 4 people listen to it. The people that started Google, which owns YouTube, which bought YouTube, the people that started Google in a garage that she rented to them for $1,700 a month. Now I'm like thinking, how could she rent a garage for $1,700 a month? Then I'm thinking she might have already been wealthy, a venture capitalist type, a venture capitalist type, or that was and this is someone that's 56. So when they were in their 40s and 30s, this is what they were working on. A real long shot, an idea and a concept that so many others have tried, Google was a search engine, wasn't it? Remember there was a whole bunch of search engines that you use the search engines to find other. Google found a way to put them all out of business. It's just Googling. Search engine and Googling is just like Kleenex and tissue, just like Coke and soda, just like, yeah, you get it. You get what I'm saying. You search to see if she was a smoker out of curiosity. The reports aren't saying. Yeah, Google was Yahoo. Right, and Yahoo was right before Google. Well, this woman, she rented the garage. Now, she must have had a huge garage in Menlo Park. She rented the garage to the guys that started Google. So they've got a relationship, right? They got a relationship and ideas. And however it worked out, however she started YouTube, whatever the fuck happened, this woman was super duper powerful as head. Now she's dead as fried chicken. And that's how fleeting short life can be. But we've got people on here in these different sectors that talk about who's an OG, who's the that, who's the this, who's the that, when the real power is the people that own this shit. The people that built these things from concept, from ideas in their mind, and who work together and build something that's worth billions of. Google's scary. Not only is it worth billions of dollars, okay? It's not only is it worth billions of dollars, but they're so deep as far as data collection on people, places and things that they're government connected, CIA connected worldwide now. Who knows how deep the roots of Google run? If they own YouTube and they're collecting data on all of us, because if you guys didn't know, what's up? Who's that? Them two collab. What's going on? If you didn't know, one of the most valuable resource that's heavily traded amongst corporations and companies is data. Why do you think that when supermarkets make you get a customer thing to get the sales on the thing, so you have to enter in your phone number or your card so that they know that your buying patterns? I get little ads, and I appreciate them. I get little ads from the supermarkets that I shop at. They say, "Hey, we know that you like orange juice. You got that orange juice on sale. Hey, this is on sale." The same thing that happens to everybody is used primarily that we know of for data. 2 trillion. All right, so 2 trillion is 2,000 billion. Okay, is market capitalization. That means if you took all of Google stock and translated into dollars. Shout out to Ados guy with the stats. So what I'm saying is this: here, a woman like this is probably she's powerful. She's powerful. All of us know each other from YouTube. This one was the CEO of YouTube from 2014, got cancer, died, had 5 children. No one's talking about her. No one's mentioned her. I never knew her name. Her name is Susan Wojcicki, and I'm going to look into a little bit more. None of them know her name. No one's talking about it here on YouTube. They're talking about trips and this and that and that. So here it is, this woman's creation, and I don't know if YouTube is her creation, but she was in charge. She certainly watched some hell of a growth of YouTube, because YouTube is way bigger than it was in 2014. Any song you could think of is on Google. On YouTube. Any song, some obscure ass song that I know about, I think about it, I enter it, I find that shit. When I want to roast somebody, I want to think of a record, I can think of Bubbly Face, or Dead Eye, or anything. Yeah, they talk about YouTube OGs in the beef sector. And I'm like, I'm not that impressed. I'm a YouTube OG, and I don't think that's that big of a fucking deal. I just got addicted to this shit sooner than other people did. I was just on the cutting edge of trying the jugger. There were many people that were here before me. They just haven't had, even though I've got 7 people in the chat right now, I've made an impact on this motherfucker where everybody knows me. They might not listen to me, might not like me, or may not whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. I've definitely made an impact on this motherfucker. And I read the whole article. In fact, I should read more of the article because this was one hell of a woman. And she had 5 children and a husband. How do you manage all of that? I guess he becomes the house husband. I'd be the house husband until my woman was the CEO of Google and friends with the guys that, the CEO of YouTube and friends with the guys that started Google and probably our garage. I can imagine the gifts they give her children. I can imagine what her funeral will be like. I can imagine what her service will be like. I can imagine the kind of foundations they may start in her name. I can imagine how many people that she's assisted and helped hook them up with venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. I wonder how much she's fucking worth. How much could she possibly be worth? She could be a billionaire. Look her up. Susan, you got the name there in the title. And I think about the time that I've wasted on here, and people talk about building a platform. What about building something bigger than a fucking platform on someone else's fucking portal? Or what do they call them? Remember they used to call them portals? Or now we call them applications. On someone else's application. Here it is, this woman was in charge of this application as the CEO from 2014 and turned it into what it is and helped turn it into what it is now, which is a behemoth, which is something huge, gigantic, bigger than big. People are on here talking about figuring out the algorithms and figuring out how to become a big YouTube star. It's almost like, it's like, it definitely ain't how to get rich quick, and it damn sure ain't fucking easy. But, the people that have become successful, it could be a 12-year-old kid. A 12-year-old kid doing toy reviews. He'll get millions of views, making tons of money. Or look at Jake Paul. Jake Paul, that's amazing what they've done. It's amazing what they've done. He's turned it into something where he's fighting fighters for even more money. Or PewDiePie, or so many others. So many others. These are people that are eating and making, some are making millions. Others are making hundreds of thousands. Shit, people in our sectors are making maybe tens of thousands. Someone like Kevin Samuels, he didn't get to his apex, but he was probably bringing in some decent money. Probably not as big as people thought. But think about it. It's all being done. All this is being done with a platform, with an idea that's set up by this woman and the people that she's hired. It's being set up and done by people that actually have a bigger way of thinking. And all it is thoughts, a bigger way of thinking. Does anybody get what I'm saying or what I'm trying to say? I got a saying, and I got the saying from somebody, and it's true, very, very true. And the saying is that the Macs are in the back and the chumps are in the front. I didn't even know this fucking woman's name. If she rented space to format, to create, to birth Google, Alphabet Corporation, to birth something like that, guys that thought that big, or guys that had an understanding and a methodology to make it work. And I don't know how the fuck they did it, but they did it. To be able to think on that level, because there's many people that try to do something similar, start a search engine, and many search engines that are defunct. Google is the search engine. What are you going to use? Bing? Microsoft? Huge company? Gigantic company? Oh, what I was going to say was this. To me, this woman is probably more integral and more renowned, how do I put it? She's bigger than Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs has Apple. They got the phone everyone uses and all the other technology things that people use. And Apple's huge, one of the largest companies in the world, and they're right, and Google's right up there. But we know who Steve Jobs is, but we don't know who this woman is. And none of these people on YouTube in any of these sectors are even speaking about that she passed away. But let some rapper we never heard about get shot. Little Dog Food or Little whomever. I mean, there's rappers on here that I heard that I never even knew who they were until they got shot and killed. And I'm a hip hop fan. I just can't keep up with all of it. Ouch. What's up, Real? So look into that woman. I'm going to look into it. That's something interesting. That's some content. That's something that needs to be covered. These people are talking about the same old fucking shit. Not that the same old shit is interesting. I'm going to Las Vegas. I don't intend on bumping into any of them people. But I'm going to Las Vegas. I'm staying on the strip. I got some cards to play. They've been running hot and cold. I caught a hot streak. I caught a hot streak after having a couple of bad trips. And I'm looking to play in a tournament. I'm not getting no younger, and the tournaments are for the younger men because they've got the stamina withheld it. But I know how to last at a poker table. I know how to drink my energy drinks. I drink Rockstar on the rocks and cherry cokes and water and iced coffee and mostly liquids because when I eat, I slow down. So I'll eat fruit. And I'm talking about, long 12-hour, 10, 8, 9, 7, 8, 12, 10-hour sessions. And I want to do that because, like I said, I'm not getting no younger. And I want to win one of these fucking tournaments. I want to win one of these tournaments and get one of them fucking bracelets. And the way to do it is to qualify by winning these smaller tournaments. And it's hard and it's difficult. What the fuck? It's hard and difficult just about in anything in life. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and time is a wasting. Hey, Lucy, time is a wasting. Yeah, so, hey, what's up, Kiki? Hey, I'm glad to see you guys. I was talking about, I don't know if you've been listening, but this is worth a replay. I was talking about the woman, Susan Wojcicki, well, whatever her name is, Wojcicki, and that's the title. And she passed away at 56 of cancer with 5 kids. She was the woman who was the CEO of YouTube from 2014 to 2023. All that growth. She oversee all of that. So she's also the person who makes it super interesting that rented her garage, and he said for $1,700 a month to the guys that started Google. So I was just talking about how powerful and how connected she is, and how most of our mindsets on here are, building a platform, a channel, and doing what, and people have been successful at it and good at it, and have earned things at it, and have been decent at it. But it's all it is the way that you think, that she's using the same energy and using her thoughts, and they built the things that people are trying to make money. They're trying to make money on. Yeah, so if Google is worth $2 trillion, his market capitalization is $2 trillion, and these are her friends. These are the people that she rented. Can you imagine renting space to people that can't rent space anywhere, and they want to use your garage so they can do their, I guess she had a huge garage. She must have had a multi-car garage. She's probably been rich for a very long time. Might come from money or whatever, married a rich man or whatever. Menlo Park is a very nice area of the peninsula, south of San Francisco. I can imagine what her garage was like if you could rent it for $1,700 a month, and why they wanted to use it. Maybe they wanted to be close to her as well. And I guess she was part of the merger. I don't know the details, but I'm going to look into it because I know there's information out there and there's articles out there and all of those tech magazines. And I'm going to find out. Please double tap the screen. Yeah. Money helps, but it can't save us. You'll see Stephen Jobs and Susan. I think this woman probably was more more of an innovator than Steve Jobs. Just the fact that the Google guys came to her to rent her space to create Google, which is it's more than the largest search engine. It's so big. You know that Google has a barge off, or they had a big barge off the San Francisco Bay where they store data. Do you know that they have one like in Eastern Europe? That's a big, huge area in space that where they store data, like thousands and trillions of machines. Can you imagine the kind of infrastructure YouTube must have, where endlessly videos can be uploaded and deleted, and the monster that YouTube is by itself. And Google owns a bunch of these companies. YouTube might be the biggest, but Google owns, God, who knows what Google doesn't own? You know, it's a search engine, a huge search engine. Probably has a pace of Facebook. This woman is probably friends and associates with all of the movers and shakers in the tech world. They all have to know her, and they all have had to fuck with her one way or another. Think about it. You know, these people move in closed circles. These people move in closed circles. And these are 100,000 billionaires that started with the concept, that started with an idea. And they bet on a lot of different projects, concepts, ideas, thoughts, and most of them fail, but every now and then they hit. And when they hit, look how big you hit. I was talking to someone that's younger I want to play it safe. I want to play it safe. And I'm like, you're never going to hit it big unless you take a risk. But look what happens. Yeah, when you take a risk, sometimes you're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot of the time. You got to find a way to balance risk-taking. It all depends on what you want. If you want a regular Huxtable life, which is nothing wrong with it. If you want a regular Huxtable life, you do a regular Huxtable life type things. If you want to live a little bit more extravagantly and a little bit more on not the wild side, but do some of the things the rich and famous do, and if that's where your aspirations take you, and most people realize they don't have that acumen to be doing things like that, or they don't have that scared money can't make money. That's the truth. But they don't think they have what it takes. What's the difference between Sergey and the other dude that started Google? Is they just believed that they could, right? I'm sure there were other people that were just as smart, had the same ideas. Does luck play a part? Yeah, maybe it does. Being in the right place, yeah. Relationships, yeah. And I'm not just talking about as black people, but think about it. Black folks are not in Silicon Valley. Black folks are just not in Silicon Valley. And some of those companies, trust me, because I used to sell advertising to them years ago. I used to sell advertising to NVIDIA. I didn't know how NVIDIA's a big, huge company. I should have asked them for way more money. And I would selling ads for minority publications that I owned, and I would buy the space, or other ones that I would buy space in and sell advertising for them independently. And I used to do business with NVIDIA, regular business. Got to the point it was really easy. You know, the ad for this month, the ad for this quarter is going to be, $3,550. I'm going to get the invoice out. It's going to read exactly the same as we're doing. They go, okay. I'm like, okay. Okay. I used to make 50% of that or all of it when I went out on my own, in which I did for 7 years, working from home when I wanted to work. NVIDIA, I found out, is the largest. And part of the thing was they were looking for black people and other people to help the way their hiring looks like. Are they racist? Shit, yeah, you get a group of Asians together, a group of white people together, a group of whomever together, they're going to have their backwards views. Will they hire you? Yep. Yep. Will they hire some people just to fill a quota spot? Yep. Yep. Damn sure will. Will they pay an advertising agency or a company that predicts a minority publication about employment and education, which I did, and which other people that I know did, will they pay you out of guilt or to show that they've contributed to the community? Yes. So when I think about it, we've got all these people here that we know, and some are talented. Many of them are talented. Damn, no people like to work hard to make videos, but they're talented. They're wanting to be a spoke in the bigger wheel of YouTube. When you have people like Susan. So instead of studying PewDiePie and Jake Paul or Sean Bradley or Kevin Samuels or whomever the fuck other, why aren't there, or VS? Why aren't we looking at people like Susan? People like Sergey? Why not look? Now, you may not be able to do exactly what they did because times have changed, but they might be able to spark your mind into thinking of something new, something innovative. It wasn't easy when they did it. Certainly wasn't easy when they did it. I missed the ball. I used to raise venture capital for internet projects in the late 90s from the public. A couple of them hit. One of them hit, but instead of taking points or non-liquid shares for payment, I needed the money and I wanted the money. One of them, for every point they would pay you on the back end, and they called them points, it turned into 1,000 shares. And that company eventually went public at $20 a share. I'm not going to tell you what I missed out on, but other people missed out on it too. I just didn't want to take that chance. And that shit was hard work to do. That shit was hard work. That was, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, explaining the deal, learning the deal, and explaining it to investors. And then there's other ones that failed. And from the ones that fail, you're like, I'm betting on this company too. I'm betting my literally your blood, sweat, and tears. Literally, getting up and working on commission or with a short draw or hey, well, you come in first couple of weeks, give you $1,000 a week, and then you're on your own. And you owe us that $2,000. That's the world I'm from. Yeah, I just thought I was just fascinated to seeing that. And not only is anybody covering the story, they're not going to cover the story. They're not going to cover it. They're not going to open their eyes to it. They don't want to know. I got 6 people in the chat with her name has been in the title for hours because I'm late doing this because I was watching the Olympics. I was watching the Olympics and doing a couple of other things. And I caught up on some YouTube shit. And you know what? I'm not even interested in the YouTube shit. Like I said, I'm not interested in it, but once you start watching it, you're going to get interested. It's better to leave it the fuck alone if you want to leave it the fuck alone. It's better just not to look into it because you'll start, just like them stupid ass reality shows we've all watched. I don't watch them no more. I haven't seen a reality show in a minute, but those stupid reality shows, I can think of one of them is that the ones where the guy's getting out of jail or the girl getting out of jail and they're hooking up with the person too, they're hooking up with that person and shit goes crazy, usually goes crazy because the motherfucker starts acting wild once they get out of jail. What's it called? Love with the ex-con? I used to watch that shit. Love and hip hop, I've been off of that, but what I'm saying is those reality shows, once you start watching them, it's just like them chips, it's just like them YouTube storylines. And these storylines be good. And it's a shame that people have to make up fake ones because the real ones are so much better. The real ones are so much better. And usually the fake ones get figured out. Usually the fake ones get figured out because you got 1,000 people, with 1,000 different opinions. I will talk about some of the shit that I've seen going on, but I'm going to do that on another show. I've been having this show up that I'm supposed to do about about the ZX being a hypocrite. It's going to be part about him being a hypocrite and part about the. I didn't know the ZX called the fucking police, called the Detroit police on Shaquem to get him picked up at the Greyhound bus station because he thought Shaquem was taking the Greyhound to go to D.C., but then Shaquem was taking the plane and then didn't take the plane. Because I skimmed through it and I thought I saw that little weasel, that little greasy bastard, that little piece of shit, because that's one little piece of shit. Shaquem is the type of motherfucker that you find dead in a trunk or thrown on the side of the road. He's definitely that type of little motherfucker because he thinks he has game. He thinks having game is telling somebody some bullshit ass story and getting some money out of them. And if you think that's game, no, that's not game. Game, if you're doing shit like that, is telling a motherfucker a story and he don't wake up. What I'm saying is he don't ever find out he been hit. Or by the time it's way too fucking late. You just trying to get the money, not trying to get away. You a young nigga. And ZX, for whatever the fuck he may be, he ain't no young nigga. And he's mad at you, Shaquem. He's mad at the motherfucker. You've been disrespectful. You disrespected the fuck out of me. I swear, if I ever saw you, if I happen to see you in Las Vegas, I'm going to walk over there and I'm going to slap the holy shit out you, son. I'm going to make your ears ring. I'm going to make your ear ring for a month. I just wish my ear would start ringing. That nigga Beasley slapped me in my ear. That nigga Beasley slapped me in my ear and walked away. And I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to hug you and hold you real tight, son, where you can't let go. And go whisper in your ear. I'm going to whisper in your ear. I said, I know you don't want me to fuck you up in this motherfucking casino, do you? You go, no. Then I'm going to stick my tongue in your ear and I'm going to bite it like my bite. I'm going to stick my tongue in your ear and I'm going to bite it and rip part of it off like Mike Tyson. And you know you fucking with a motherfucker that you should not been fucking with, calling a bitch. We show you who the bitch is. Nigga. Fucking with guinea pigs. You ain't fucking with no guinea pigs. You ain't fucking with no hamsters, nigga. You ain't fucking with no goddamn gerbils, motherfucker. You ain't fucking with no little fucking yard mice, nigga. You fucking with Beasley, nigga. You fucking with a whole motherfucking hog. You fucking with a hog. And I'm talking about in real life. That's why I'm able to push it on here so long. Ain't nothing soft about me, motherfucker. Ain't no getting away with no shit like that. And you really pushed it hard. You push it hard with a lot of folks, but that's for you to deal with. Let me tell you something beautiful. Let me tell you something lovely, folks. This shit is lovely just tuning in and watching because all the motherfuckers that I really have issues with, they catching hell and they fighting each other. I don't give a fuck about ZX. I don't hate him. But I wouldn't, if he got, if he got struck by fucking lightning and shit, I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give a fuck if he flushed himself down the goddamn toilet and died in a sewage tank with turds in Philadelphia. I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a fuck. But am I angry enough to go do something to? Nah, but he's angry enough. I know how he gets. He told Shaquem, what did he tell him? He said he told Shaquem he gonna find out the store that you go to and the street that you cross. And he said, you might get run over, nigga. I thought that was funny too. Chichi Rodriguez? Yeah, it's a golfer. That's a Mexican golfer. He used to do the thing. So, yeah, people dying all the time. Chichi Rodriguez was the golfer. Vibrance here, she's thinks she can compete with me and knowing shit, but I know more shit than Vibrance. Come on, baby, you can. I'm going to start doing a music show on Sunday, along with that music show, that radio station that I found. Just to that's something I always wanted to do. With like some underground shit, some underground pirate radio type shit with like some hip hop and a little reggae, but mostly based in the funk for the funksters, all the old funksters out there. I used to do it. 2016, 2017. I introduced a whole new group of people to Parliament Funkadelic and the Funk. I really did. Parliament Funkadelic and the Funk. And explained to them about the funk. And they got into it. Who got into it? The little chick from Connecticut. What's her name? The one that's the gamer. I can't think of her name. I think she's Black Avenger or somebody now, whatever her name is. Dark Skin Avenger, whatever her name is. I can't forget her name before. I did something to piss her off. I threw her under the bus for some bullshit. And my girl Kiki used to do the show for me. She used to call me. She says, well, tell me about that, Mr. Beasley. I said, funk can't only move and can be removed. She said, funk can't be removed and removed? He said, I said, yeah, check it out. She said, now what's that man's name again? I said, that's Sir Lollipop Man. Better known as a chocolate hair sucker. Who, me? Yeah. Made my funk the P-Funk. Yeah, I got the Viber don't know about the P-Funk. Viber don't know about the P-Funk. She was listening to Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Nothing wrong with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I think one of them died recently. Long-term drug user and party animal. Ouch. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but you weren't listening to no super groovalistic pro-funksification, were you? Viber, you might have been. A lot of people that liked rock liked Funkadelic. Because they used to do, it was a hard rock, acid type of planetary discophobia type of shit. And then the Parliament came in and he just got real extra funky with it. Parliament Funkadelic. Zoom. In fact, I want to do it again for all the funksters out there. Yeah, I was still Beasley. I was Beasley. And I'm somewhere in the world. I was going to be real mysterious. Yes, the Beasley man. I'm calling in somewhere, we all with the bees. I'm in Botswana, Boston. I might be in Bangladesh, Bakersfield, and just name all kind of places with bees. I wrote down a whole long list, just to be different and eclectic. I got the nicest, cutest little view right now. Ooh, but I just wanted to check in, talk about Susan. Rest in peace, Susan. Was maintaining the platform as the chief executive officer for all the years that we've been on it. And I just thought about thoughts and how people think and people, all of the thoughts that have gone into people making content and doing things on YouTube in order to earn money and to socialize or whatever. She was part of the reason that this whole portal got built. And if you honestly think you're getting a fair share when they cut you an AdSense check, shit. Didn't they used to give people a hell of a whole lot more money. I know that. And I remember when they cut it down after they got everybody into it, and people are still chasing after it. I've never got an AdSense check. Oh, by the way, the Cash App is BeasleyGetsDown. I don't even know if my Cash App works anymore. You guys, man, she's a kingmaker. She's a kingmaker. She's an innovator. There's more than to learn about her. We're going to continue. We're going to keep her alive. I only keep her name in the title. You want to know something? I might keep her name in the title, and people just start watching it and might end up getting 100,000 views on one of these videos. Yeah, we'll try it out. At any rate, I want to go to the can, and I'll catch you guys a little later. I think I'm going to come back a little bit later and talk on this little ZSB hypocrite topic. Speak on that a bit and maybe talk on some of the YouTube shit that you could love to talk about. Shout out to YouTube Camera. I'm happy that your channel is consistent and you're getting numbers like that. You definitely put in the work. You enjoy putting in the work. You definitely put in the work. You definitely watch these shows more than I could. And you're abreast, and you're just a better politician than I am. But you're definitely putting the work, so you deserve to get some views. You definitely deserve to get some views.
Hello.